Tonight on The Edge, it's a move very few people saw coming. Today, the FDA approved marketing for menthol-flavored e-cigarettes.
Pretty surprising. The reasoning, they say, is to help people quit smoking. But there are many health advocates who believe the FDA made the wrong decision.
Fox News' Camille Amiri explains.
The situation with black and brown folks in menthol. For the FDA to do this without any conversation is insulting.
This is a controversial move by the Food and Drug Administration to authorize certain menthol-flavored e-cigarette products made by the company Enjoy, citing it could reduce the harm of traditional cigarettes. But on the flip side, the agency is saying this doesn't mean the products are FDA approved. Historically, menthol products have been heavily marketed to minorities.
Menthol has been very targeted towards LGBTQ plus populations as well. And again, it's Pride Month. I was like, geez, you really had some timing with this.
It would have been nice to get a heads up from somebody on the congressional side or somebody who knew other than, reading about it or, getting a text message with the information on a Friday.
Recently, a push to ban the products.
For the FDA to do this without broader conversations, it pretty much handcuffs us as a state.
It feels like a 180 from the direction that we were moving just only a few months ago to ban menthol products.
We've got to have conversations in Lansing as to, what do we do next.
Opponents to the authorization by the FDA fear it could send a false message that e-cigarettes are a safe alternative to traditional cigarettes.
I had this impression that these products are probably safer given the way that they were marketed. And I was a physician. I knew better, but I also knew how I was very difficult to quit.
Camille Amiri on The Edge.
Court here is saying that this seems reasonable. It's a temporary denial of gun rights.
The Supreme Court issuing a major ruling limiting gun rights for domestic abusers. In an almost unanimous decision, the justices ruled a person can lose their right to bear arms if a court finds this person to have a credible threat to others. Now, Chief Justice John Roberts called the ruling common sense. Justice Clarence Thomas was the only dissenter, saying the decision puts at risk Second Amendment rights. Back here at home, a terrifying case of domestic violence comes to an end on I-75 in northern Oakland County.
A passenger texts 911 to report abuse.
Occupants in the vehicle are texting 911. Somebody in the vehicle has a gun.
Well, this happened around 4:30 this morning. Officers were able to locate the vehicle, which was on I-75 near Holly. The driver, a 42-year-old man, was arrested. Police say he assaulted the woman.
They were able to also, when she called after the texting, had an open 911 line, and they were able to kind of listen back and forth to what was going on in that vehicle until troopers got it stopped.
Wow, the man has a long rap sheet, including one count of involuntary manslaughter. Police recovered a pistol from the car. Well, state police records are giving us a closer look at why cops clamped the cuffs on a state representative.
Officers arrested Neil Friske on several felonies, including sexual assault and weapons charges. This happened just before 3 yesterday morning. Officers were called after someone heard gunshots. Friske hasn't been formally charged, and the prosecutor says he wants officers to keep digging before that happens. Friske has been released from jail while police keep investigating. The 62-year-old represents parts of northern Michigan. His campaign released a statement saying in part, quote, Representative Friske is always exercising his Second Amendment right, end quote. Well, troubles continue tonight to affect countless dealerships affected by a cyber attack.
And today we learned the hackers are demanding tens of millions of dollars in ransom. CDK Global works with about 15,000 car dealerships nationwide. Sources say the company will pay the ransom. The outage has hurt sales and delayed deliveries and repairs. We spoke with Thad Zod, who says it's still business as usual, but the attack has set them back.
There's about half the dealers nationally that use CDK, so we have definitely been affected. We had to really turn all of our operations into more of a manual, old school, back in the day process.
Well, Zott says because of the setbacks, dealerships may offer a better deal for customers to try and get back on track. And the cleanup continues across several Oakland County communities following Wednesday's severe storms.
And today we spoke to a Southfield man who had a tree crash right into his house.
I see stuff flying past the window. I say, oh my God, boom, boom, boom. And all of a sudden, kaboom, boom, boom, boom. The kids come running out in the hall screaming, ah! Ball up in the corner, and all of a sudden, poof, the tree hits and smashes.
Stacy Tucker, pretty descriptive about the destruction of his home. The family huddled in the hallway to stay safe.
Can't get out, so I try to go to the front door. The tree got me blocked. Go to the back door. Tree got me blocked. It's black in the house, and all we see is rain. Oh my God, nightmare.
Nightmare indeed. The rain came pouring in once the tree tore through the roof, and they couldn't go outside because of a down power line. The family tonight thankful nobody was hurt.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. Berkeley was another community that took a big hit from the storm.
The city has a bustling downtown community, as many of you know, but as Fox News' Lauren Edwards tells us tonight, it was lights out for many of those businesses.
Berkeley here was one of the storm's hardest hit areas. Homeowners not only felt it, but some business owners felt it too. And we checked in with a few to see how they're doing.
Fortunately, yeah, I don't know when the power's coming back up, and Friday's our biggest day, so we're going to take a big hit if we can't get at least somewhat open or something.
Typically, Gatekeeper Games in downtown Berkeley is packed on a Friday night.
There's a bar and an entertainment space where we do like tournaments for games, bands play.
But on this Friday night, the seats are empty, the beer glass is dry. Owner Timothy Barnes says the storms this week were so intense it knocked their power out, and they were closed on Thursday and Friday.
And we got employees, they can't come in, they can't earn money. Yeah, even just a couple days like this with the our margins are just like a restaurant, very thin because of the bar. It's going to be bad.
So bad, he says, they'll lose at least $2,000 on Friday night alone.
So not making it won't be a matter of 5 or 10% on the week or even month. It's going to be a good slice, 20%, 30% possibly on the week, easy.
Gatekeeper Games wasn't the only business on the block impacted by the storms.
We had to close yesterday because we didn't have any power. A lot of our stylists had to reschedule their appointments.
Stylist Amy Chanowski says she doesn't know how much of a financial hit they took at Step Up Salon, but they had to close shop on Thursday.
You can't use your hairdryer or, really anything that requires electricity.
She says power was restored late Thursday night, so Friday they were good to go, but not all businesses were so lucky.
No, there's a lot of places that are still out of power, so I feel bad for them. But I know, next door we have Amici's Pizza, and they had to run a generator to keep their food going so it wouldn't spoil or get bad.
Barnes at Gatekeeper Games says they may have to throw out food too, and beer if it's old. But for now, he's just hoping to have power restored soon so he can welcome customers in once again.
Been here all day talking to people, hanging out in the heat. Again, positive person, staying positive. The lights will come on at some point. This too shall pass, as they say.
So we also traveled through downtown Royal Oak and downtown Birmingham, and those businesses and restaurants there seem to be up and running. It's only a few here in Berkeley that are still recovering. And while we were out and about, we did see DTE working around the clock, working to restore your power. I'm Lauren Edwards in Berkeley on The Edge.
I wish we could say something different than what I'm about to say, but more heat, more humidity, and maybe some storms coming in the next few days.
That also means more chance for the storms. Weather Authority Derek Kevra joining us tonight with our weekend forecast.
Guys, it does look like Sunday is going to be a little wetter than Saturday, but Saturday will be the hotter and more humid day as the heat index once again climbs to triple digits. It's a possibility tomorrow afternoon. Still a little bit of rain out there in spots of southeast Michigan, but for the most part, we are beginning to dry out. Let's talk about rainfall, though, in the last 24 hours. Some spots got hit a little harder than others. You'll see up near Saginaw close to 2 inches of rain. By Port Huron in northern Macomb County, as well as St. Clair County, a little over an inch of water. Came down pretty heavy, pretty quick, too, although it lingered there a little bit longer for nearly an hour, so we picked up quite a bit of water in some of these spots. And it got me thinking a little bit about that water because it feels like it's been hit or miss. Like it's all coming at one time. You get a ton of rain in one storm or you get nothing. Today, picking up officially about a half an inch of rain out there. For the month, we are close to normal, a little bit below that, about 2/10 of an inch below that. For the year, though, as far as Romulus is concerned at the airport, we are looking at what would be a little bit above average, but not crazy one way or the other. But there are some spots across the state that could get crazy rainfall numbers as we move through the weekend. I'm talking about spots up north. Around Traverse City through Alpena, there's a flood watch that has already been issued for Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and night, where there is an expectation that they could get over 3 to 6 inches of rain. So that's a lot of water up there. So if anybody's going up north, just know that's a possibility. For us, what we're looking at, our biggest potential to see some rain is going to be late Saturday night into early Sunday as some more storms roll through, but Saturday afternoon has a chance, and even at times through the day on Sunday, we could see a chance of those showers too. We're going to continue to remain in this wetter pattern. Heat index out there still in the mid to upper 70s with those low 80s showing up in Adrian. Winds not playing a huge role in the forecast tonight, but those will pick up as we head into tomorrow. We're going to go 73 out there tonight. Spotty thunderstorms will pick right back up as we move into tomorrow. We'll call them more isolated as that heat index makes a run towards 100 degrees, so triple-digit heat index numbers. Spotty storms, especially early in the day on Sunday. The later part of the day looks better. Monday should dry out a little bit with some real relief coming in Wednesday as we head into Thursday, dropping down into the 60s for overnight lows and 79 degrees for that afternoon high on Thursday. As far as the weekend goes, a lot of things going on. You can track all that weather by downloading the free Fox 2 weather app, interactive radar, hour-by-hour forecasts, and of course a video update that we will update multiple times per day. Head to your app store, search Fox 2 weather, download it for free.
Man, it was loud. You were a little bit scared, kind of. Yeah, I had to check my shorts afterwards.
A longtime landmark on the Detroit River, the Trenton Channel Power Plant is no more. In a massive implosion, crews used about 1,000 pounds of explosives to bring down the 9-story boiler house. The building had not been used since 2022. The plant's smokestacks and other parts of the complex came down earlier this year.
Fascinating to watch how they do that.
It's wild,
with such precision, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, a health issue for one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Yeah, our own Barry Sanders telling his fans on X he suffered what he's calling a heart scare. Sanders posting the scare happened over Father's Day weekend. He went in to say that this really served as a reminder of the importance of staying vigilant about your physical well-being, even when you feel fine. He thanked all the healthcare professionals and says he's prioritizing his health and well-being. And of course, from all of us here at Fox 2, Barry, we wish you well.
That's right.